Hey, how's it going? This is Jay. This is Out of Depth Plays, and you're watching a very special, or listening if you're into the podcast game. You are listening or watching a very special episode. It's a session 0 for our second series of Out of Depth Plays. We're going to be playing Mothership RPG with Gail, Reedon, and David. And I'm very excited to do that. For those of you who are just finding us, whether you just now discovered this podcast or you are discovering it because you're into Mothership and you haven't seen what we've done before, we like to play a single system for 12 sessions. And at the end of that 12 sessions, we're done. The story's done. It's contained and gone. And we put that game back on the shelf and we get a new game. Last series, we played Electric Bastion Land, which was a ton of fun. And now we're going to play Mothership. And this episode is where we make our characters and see what we're going to be dealing with here. And I'm so excited because character creation is that moment of infinite potentiality. Everything seems like a great idea. And this game, for those of you who are listeners of the previous series and you're like, what are we doing right now? We're not playing Electric Bastion Land. What happened to Hackway Heights? This is Mothership RPG. It is a survival horror, science fiction role-playing game in the vein of Alien or Event Horizon. If you're into that kind of game, you can learn more about it, I believe, at Mothership RPG. I actually haven't checked that URL, so I have no idea. I do know that it's made by Tuesday Night Games. You can Google either. We're not supported by these people, so I don't feel terribly bad about fucking up their URL. But yeah, there you go. You can just Google it. You know where it's at. They had a very successful Kickstarter. And if you backed that Kickstarter, you probably want to know about this game that you're going to play. And we're going to try and provide a little bit of that. My experience with the game, I've been playing this game for a couple of years now. I started playing it in conventions and with Gail and David, who've played several sessions of Mothership with me before. And I was playing the Zero edition, the beta, I guess. And so some of my rulings in this may be rooted in antiquated rules that are going to be long since discarded for better, more revised ones. But tonight, we're going to do this character creation gig. If you're not into the whole character creation stuff and you want to get right to the story, you just skip ahead to episode 1 whenever we record that. All right. So that being said, joining us for this session, like I mentioned earlier, is Gail, Reedon, and David. Gail, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to play Mothership?
It's definitely a 9. Can't be a 10 because I'm also scared that I'm probably going to die in episode 1. But
Okay.
way up there because I'm also really ready to play a different character than Sally from Bastionland.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't
So
like
a
her,
9.
but
That's fine.
yeah, yeah.
I can deal with a 9. David, you've played Mothership with me a few times. You've played a lot of games with me. You have died a lot in my games. And I didn't realize
believe I'm
this.
the person you frequently kill the most. So,
And in Mothership, these characters are a little squishy. How concerned are you that you're going to have to create a new character in about a couple episodes?
not concerned at all because, as you know, I love creating characters. So, killing me will just be a gift to the story. I'll use it.
It only makes you stronger.
That's right.
Reedon, how worried are you about playing with 3 people you have never played for a game in your life?
I'm not worried at all. I mean, we've had a few encounters, and I feel like I'm in very good hands with you guys. And I just met David like 20 minutes ago, and y'all are saying my name right, which is the first step to everything. So there we go. It's Reedon, not Redden, which everyone in my real life just does it by accident the first time. But yeah, I'm super excited, and I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to play.
So if you're in Reedon's life, just remember, I have had maybe 3 hours worth of conversation with this person, and I'm getting his name right now. And if you're in his life daily and you're not getting it right, you need to reprogram. You need to get it together. Okay.
There we go.
Is that did I overstep that? Is that where we were heading with that, or no?
It's just that there are some people where like it's been like I've known them for over I've known them over years, and I see them and they're like Redden, and I'm like, and I'm with my other friends that know me by my actual pronunciation, and I'm like, hey, it's great to see you. Name, and then it's a whole thing, dude. I cannot correct them at this point. I can't be like, hey, just so you know, for like the past 3 years, you've been saying my name wrong. Just thought you would know. Anyway.
So, yeah, that's kind of a little side benefit for you doing this podcast is there might be some tertiary friends of yours that are going to listen to this and learn what your name actually is.
And it'll be unspoken. They will just start saying it correctly.
I'm going to change, and we never had to make it a conversation.
And we'll never bring it up again.
Now. Yeah.
Or they'll double down on it.
Yeah, they're like, I can't hold back.
No, I'm right.
No,
I'm gonna butcher
my friend
even
Reedon,
more.
but I call him Redden as a nickname.
Yeah.
I've done it for years now.
Yeah.
That's just a me and him thing.
Yeah.
All right. As I mentioned, I have been playing Mothership for a couple years and love it. And the character creation is a little bit different in the first edition than it is in the original edition. So I am going to be adjusting my expectations and my understanding of the game along with you all who have already played it before. I believe actually, Reedon, you've played on another stream. You've played first edition style.
Yeah, it was a one shot. So I got to have a small little taste of Mothership a few months back. But I mean, I never played Zero Edition, so I have nothing to compare it to. So,
well, even though I've played a couple times with, all I've done is one shots with Mothership. So this will be the first time. Episode 2 will be the longest I've played a single session of Mothership. So.
That's accurate. Yeah.
It's new all around. Yeah.
I think there's a perception that Mothership is kind of a one-shot game.
Yeah.
And we're gonna test the limits of that in this show. Maybe not. I don't know. If it goes bad, then we'll just have a brand new story in episode 2 with new characters, and that's okay.
I hope so. Just because when I was reading the guide, there's like a whole meaty section in the very back where it just talks about just the inventory management, the survival aspects of just living on a ship, which I thought was kind of nice.
We'll see if we get to any of that. I've got fun plans. All right. So for Mothership, it's a D100 system. That means that most of the game, anytime you want to do something challenging, you roll a D100 and try to roll under a target score. Those target scores are derived from the character sheet and your stats. And we are going to get started by rolling up these stats. Does anybody want to volunteer to go first?
I'll do it.
David.
David got it.
Wait, who said it first? Was it Gail? Did you get in there? No.
I think I whispered it, so Dave can do it.
Yeah, and I already told you about whispering.
I like whispering.
It's like it never happened on the mic.
It's like it never happened when it's equalized.
All right. We are going to start with David. I'm going to bring up the sheet so people can see it who are watching this, if they watch it. Ooh. Let's give a little zoom in here. So the sheet is really cool because it's made to walk you through it just by looking at the sheet. You don't even have to look at the book. And my players don't have the book, as far as I know, so they're just looking at the sheet too. First, we're going to roll 2d10 plus 20 for each stat. I believe we should talk about this now. I love rolling straight down the line.
It's happening. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it.
I know some people like to be able to pick and choose where each stat goes because they have a certain character in mind. And I will leave that to each individual player, whether or not you want to do that. But Dave is going to do it old school, straight down the line, strength, speed, intellect, and combat. So roll 2d10, add those numbers together, and add 20 for me.
Okay. That is a 14 to start, so pretty good there.
So 34. All right. Not bad.
All right.
Speed.
8 and a 4, a 12. All right, so 32.
Okay. Intellect is the next stat.
6 and a 3. They can't all be winners. We got a 29.
Okay.
And
combat is?
Combat is going to be a 4. So 24.
All right. Not your game. Okay. Not combat heavy. One of the differences between the original edition and this new first edition was that each class had a specific number for the saves: sanity, fear, and body. They were static save numbers. But for this one, you're going to roll again, and these numbers will all change depending on the class that you choose. But these are going to be your saves. So, Dave, I need 2d10 and then add 10 this time for your sanity.
Okay. We got a 13.
So 23. Again for the fear save.
A 17.
Okay.
So 27 for fear.
And last one for body.
That is a 8. So an 18.
Okay. So not super combat-y, not very stout of body.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of lining up. Yeah.
All
so
right. Next we need
my dice are being consistent.
they're creating a consistent character model for us. Next step, we go to select your class, adjust your starting stats and save. So select your class. I'm thinking not a Marine, right? Probably not. What do you think, Dave?
My gut is saying Android at this point, but
Okay. So that would be
I could be flexible.
a plus 20 to your intellect, giving you a 49. Not bad. But a minus 10 to a different stat.
Oh.
And then yeah, that's a big one.
I thought he was just zoomed out. I thought that was a plus 10. Oh, no.
You know, he's already terrible at combat. I might as well just make him even worse and turn his 24 to a 14.
Oh, yeah. He's just not a
It's just like that is not this kind of Android.
So is that what you want to go with? Android?
Unless anyone else was in love with being an Android, that was kind of
this is
the
exciting.
concept I was baking on.
The thing is that with 3 players, we're going to lose one off the bat. You know what I mean? We're not going to be able to cover all the bases. So
yeah, I'm just saying I'm flexible. If anyone's like, I really want to be an Android, I can mosey and be a scientist or a teamster of some kind.
I mean, pick what you want. There's nothing against the spirit of the game to double down. We could just be all androids.
Yeah.
Right? We could be all androids.
Yeah.
We did have a D&D
That would
session
actually be kind of fun.
where like almost all of us were gnomes.
Yeah.
I'm very pro like forget balance.
Yeah.
You know
all right,
what I mean?
do what you want. All right. So we're adding 20 to intellect. We're taking combat down to a 14.
Yeah. How nervous does that make you to take your combat down to a 14? Because I know you're very like active. You want to have a little bit of control, and I feel like not having good combat definitely cuts an amount of control away from your character.
You know, I enjoy playing different types of characters, and that was one thing I really wanted to do this time is really try and have something very different. But you're right. I do enjoy playing kind of chaotic characters that make risky decisions, and that might not be who this character is. So
yeah,
we'll see.
So you also get plus 60 to your fear, which brings you up to an 87. And then you have a wound, a plus 1 wound. The way this game works, and we'll get to it more specifically, or I guess we're about to, is that you roll up your health, and then you start with your health number is like divided into pools, like you have more than one health bar. So everybody starts with, Teamsters and Scientists start with 2 wounds. Marines and Androids start with 3. So let's say it's 1d10 plus 10. Let's say you roll a 3. That's 13. An Android would have 3 wounds worth of 13 hit points. Every time you drop down a wound level, you get some kind of scar or damage. You lose an arm or something. So Marines and Androids are a little bit more hardy by design. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody good on the wounds game? All right, Dave, this one's big. D10 plus 10 for your health.
D10 plus 10.
Good luck.
That's a 3. Could be worse.
That was my example.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a 13, 3 wounds worth of 13 hit points, health. Stress starts at 2. So it says on the sheet. Take note of your class's trauma response. Androids, fear save made by nearby friendly players are at disadvantage. Ooh, that's different than the original game, where if an android fails a fear save, I think everybody makes like a panic.
Yeah.
Like it scares the crap out of everybody.
No, I think it was that way. I think Scientists is what you're thinking of.
Oh, I am. No.
Because it is the idea of like androids are unnerving to be around.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
All right.
David's character is never going to be afraid. He's never going to fail a fear save because he's never going to be in combat.
That's right.
I will go this way.
Or I will be in combat and suck at it. Okay. So how do I mark again what my max health is? It's like, do I just...
Your max health is...
13, but like, where do I put that?
Man. Yeah, how do they want me to label this?
Is it the wounds bar on the far left side? And then you just...
Yeah.
Do I just like mark 13 and then mark wounds 1, 2, and 3?
I think so. So it's 13 for each wound, right?
Oh,
yeah,
you know what you
yeah.
could do right here. The line,
lines.
the arrow. Here it is. I think
can just
maybe
put it on top there.
you could just put it on top of there. It says health per wound, and it makes me wonder if it doubles.
And you just fill up the
purpose.
bubbles as you get injured.
I mean, that makes sense. At first, I was thinking, I'm like, why are the Marines and the androids more wounded? But I think it's that they can take more wounds,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah,
why
they yeah.
So it's almost like you have 39 health
And every third of the way,
you take a
you roll
scar.
on a table and take some kind of.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I understand.
So
Interesting.
I'm not sure what they want to do if they want you to fill it. I feel like they want you to fill it out Scantron style up to 13 and then you erase it, or
then you
fill
just
it up
fill in the
as
next
you-
line. Well, that's why there's 3 lines, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Because 3's the max.
And then
Yeah,
once,
and do you
once
just
you
like
get to
draw
13,
a line at 13 between
and then
13
I go to
and
the
14?
second line.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think either works.
Yeah.
Whichever one you feel like taking the time to do. But we all know it's 13 now, Dave. We all
13
know
times
that
3.
David's character is going to be in the control room telling everybody else what they should go do. Let's see. So we took note of the trauma response. Number 8. Scroll down so people can see this. Roll for your equipment. So one of the differences for this game is that they have random loadouts now based on your character class, whereas before there were just 3 loadouts and you picked one. So now these should be like a little bit smaller in terms of content, but are specific to your class. So we have a Android loadouts. So Dave, roll a D10, and I will tell you what your character gets.
6.
6. So you have just standard crew attire, so just like standard clothes, which have an armor point of 1, and we'll get to what armor points do. But right now, they're worth 1. And you get a scalpel and a bioscanner. A little device that you can use to scan bio.
Dig it.
And then that takes us to trinkets and patch. You can just roll a D100 for both of those.
All right. So for trinket, I got 88.
Let's see. You get... Let's see if I can figure out what this is. I love it when they put stuff in there that I'm like, I don't know what that means. And then I Google it, and it doesn't know what it means either. That's funny. All right. You get a pith helmet.
A pith helmet, of course.
Yeah. I don't know what a pith helmet is, but when I typed it into DuckDuckGo, it gave me responses for Fifth Element.
So that's what that helmet is for. Lulu Dallas Multipass.
Like the movie Fifth Element?
Yeah, like the movie Fifth Element. Yeah, with Bruce Willis.
Oh,
Oh, pith. It's like a safari, like a safari helmet.
It's a safari helmet, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of endearing. That's kind of endearing for an android to have that.
This has become an advertisement against DuckDuckGo, it sounds like.
No, it's not.
Oh,
They're much bigger than we are. We're fine with them. I appreciate everything they do. Not really. I don't give a shit about DuckDuckGo. Yeah, so like a little safari helmet and a bioscanner and a scalpel. That's your
I like the most common thing people ask about pith helmets is, what is the point of a pith helmet?
is that like
Yeah.
Google like filling in like
Yeah,
this
that's
is what
like
people's
this is what people are asking about pith helmets.
when they search they go, what is
yeah.
the point really?
The rounded design allowed air to circulate, cooling the wearer's head and scalp. There we go.
Well, it's a good thing your Android scalp will be cool.
Well, that's why it's a trinket. It's not practical to me.
It's not practical. All right, and then the patch.
Yeah. We got a 64.
All right. It's a patch that says "Space is my home," and it's a picture of a sad astronaut. And is capitalized. Emphasis on is.
I feel like I'm really getting a grip on David's character.
We're really shaping this up.
Yeah.
So we're going to stop there just for now, Dave. We're going to stop there before we get to your class skills. We're going to get everybody else up to speed, and then we're going to do the class skills, and then we're going to. But that'll give you some time to think about who this cat is, and why they like old-timey safari helmets. All right, Reedon or Gail, who shall be next?
Ladies first.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
All right, Gail. You know the score.
Strength.
Strength. We're going straight down.
We are. And there's
Massive
ambulance.
siren happening.
Yep.
That's good.
31 total. 11 was what I rolled.
All right, 31 total. 11 is what you rolled.
Yep. Speed. Double sixes. 12, so 32.
Okay.
Ooh, 15.
Okay.
So 45.
Wait, what?
I rolled a 15. No,
20.
no. I'm
30.
doing that 30. So
35.
35.
35, my dear.
It's been a long day.
You're rolling pretty good so far, though.
You said that right as I write. Do a 5, so 25 for combat.
Oh my gosh.
Reading, I hope you can roll some combat.
Yeah. 2 real low combat scores.
I'm super excited for where this game goes.
Run away.
Yeah. All right. We're going to hit up your sanity, fear, and body save.
All right, sanity.
2d10 plus 10 for each of those.
Another 5.
Oh, boy.
For sanity, so 15.
This nearly average person is just a little unhinged. What do we get? 2 ones.
20.
Wow.
Oh,
I know, I got 2
Nice.
30 for your fear.
30 for fear.
You can't be afraid if you're not sane,
That's true.
right?
This is where we are. And body. Oh, nice. 17.
All right, so that puts that at a 27. Not bad so far. Not bad. That takes us to your class. You kind of have the pick of the litter here, Gail.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking?
I am thinking. I'm kind of feeling scientist.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you go with a scientist, that's going to give you a plus 10 to your intellect, bringing you up to a 45.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. And a plus 5 to any one stat.
Ooh.
All carrots, no stick with the scientist.
I'm going to go. What do I want to go with? I'm going to go with combat, bring that up to a 30 since it's so darn low. All right. And then plus 32 sanity, which is good because my sanity was really low.
Wow, that kind of
Yeah.
leveled everything out there. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right. That takes us to 1d10 plus 10 for your health.
8.
So an 18. But because you're a scientist, you get 2 wounds, which is funny because with 2 wounds at 18, she has that would be 38 hits.
36.
Which is 36, which is almost as much as what David has with 3 wounds.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Your trauma response. As a scientist, whenever you fail a sanity save, all nearby friendly players gain 1 stress. So it's probably a good thing you chose a scientist to bump that sanity
Actually,
up to
I don't
45.
know. Maybe I should have hoped for a higher sanity for a scientist.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, well. This is what I'm going with.
I choose chaos.
Yeah.
I choose chaos.
Yes. Okay. And then I'm rolling a D100.
Well, first,
no.
for the loadout, you just need to roll a D10,
Okay.
and we'll get you your scientist loadout.
4.
All right. You have a lab coat, which gives you 1 armor point.
Okay.
You have a screwdriver,
Okay.
a med scanner to scan med,
Okay.
and a vaccine, 1 dose.
A vaccine for what?
I know.
Vaccine for anything.
That's exciting. That could be
Infinite
anything.
vaccine. Yeah.
For the bubonic plague. It's coming back, folks.
Rats in space.
Yeah. Space rats.
Space rats.
Oh, no.
Coming to a theater near you.
I picked the wrong title for this show. I shouldn't have committed so early. All right. And now 2 D100 rolls for your trinket and your patch.
All right. My trinket is 100 or a 0?
Yes.
Which one or the other?
It works. It's fine.
Okay.
Either one is applicable. I believe double zeros is 0. So it's 0 to 99.
Okay, 0.
So like in game, if we're rolling and you roll 0, 0,
Yeah.
that would be a critical,
Yeah, because you're trying to roll
Success.
under. Yes.
and a 99 would be a critical failure. You get a manual, and the title of the manual is Panic, Harbinger of Catastrophe.
I love this. Okay.
Panic, Harbinger of Catastrophe.
Okay.
And then your patch
22.
is it is a picture of a pinup model riding a missile.
Nice.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes. Okay. I'm getting this character more and more as we go.
And that takes us to the end of the left side of the sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And that means we go to Reedon, who is going to roll his very first character for Out of Depth Plays.
Oh, yes. All right. Let's get it done.
This legacy
roll
roll
here.
right here. Strength is
That is going to be a 31.
31.
Speed will be a... Well, I need to write it down as well. It's 31. Speed is 33.
Okay.
Intellect is a 35.
Hello.
I'm rolling really well. I was rolling when you guys were creating your characters, and I was like, "Oh, these are all low rolls." So I think
We
I got
say
all
this
the...
every
them out.
time we get to intellect reading, and then
Now
we
we're
roll
back.
combat.
Now we're
Yeah,
at combat.
So,
Here's where it goes south. Come on.
No, not bad. That is going to be a 36. Those were double eights.
That was your best.
Wow.
Your best roll was
Nice.
combat.
Right.
All right. Now we go straight into sanity, fear, and body, or saves.
Sanity will be a 21.
Okay. Not bad.
I am getting very lucky. That would be a 29 for fear.
Hey.
Whoa.
Very nice.
There we go. That's going to be a 21.
Okay, so I have 21, 29, 21 for sanity, fear, and body. Class. You've got all the options here. It looks like
Yeah, you're a golden boy. You can be successful at whatever you do with those roles.
Here's the thing: is just I have a feeling in my gut I'm gonna roll a 1 for the health. So it's just gonna be like if I go team star, I only get 2 of those, and then if I go marine, I have a little extra padding. Yeah, I kind of want to challenge myself for this first one here and kind of go against my type. So I think I'm gonna go marine here.
Hell yeah! There's no types here, man. No types here. So that's going to get you a +10 to your combat, bringing it up to a 46, and a +10 to your body save, bringing it to 31. A +20 to your fear save, bringing it to a 49, and you get an extra wound. And now we're going to find out how good that is. How worth that is. So right. 1d10 plus 10.
That's not bad. That's going to be 15.
All right.
So total 45, I believe.
Cool. So 15 times 3 wounds. 45. Pretty good. Pretty good. Your stress starts at a 2. Your trauma response, whenever you panic, every nearby friendly player must also make a fear save. Because if the Marine's panicking, everybody else is in trouble. Let's see.
And David's just fine with that.
Yeah, and David is fine with that.
Zen android. He's doing yoga in his quarters.
With his dumb pit helmet. You know
He's
what?
bouncing on it. He's sitting on the bit helmet.
I think this is. I think this isn't the first time somebody's rolled a pith helmet, and I've had to go, "What is this?" I think at a convention one time, somebody rolled it, and I was like, "I have no idea what this is," and then, so I have forgotten what this is at least twice. Okay. So we have a Marine. For your loadout, we want a D10, and we'll see what your Marine has at the beginning of the game.
It's going to be a 10 or a 0.
A 0. You have a tank top and camo pants for an armor point of 1, a combat knife, and a stim pack. 1 stim pack.
I'm for sure gonna come in costume for one of the sessions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stim packs cures cryo sickness, restores 1d10 health, and grants advantage to strength in combat for 2d10 minutes. However, there is a danger of addiction and or overdose if used frequently. So,
cool.
Stim packs. Be careful with stim packs. And then last for this section, we need a D100 for both a trinket and a patch.
Trinket is going to be a 76.
76. Jesus. You have a sculpture of a rat made of gold.
Space rats! I knew it!
I didn't even think about that. This is fate.
The rats actually got on the spaceship, and now we've been dealing with it. Or it happened in like a previous mission.
I have to redo the logos and everything.
Yep.
And Patch is a 54.
Patch is a 54, which is going to get you. It's 2 crossed hammers with wings.
Okay. Like Thor hammer or like?
What do you want it to be?
We'll see. I don't know.
Thor hammer, sledgehammer, like carpenter
It's like-
hammers. It's kind of up to you.
With wings and cool.
With wings. Like Fix It Felix. Didn't he have wings or something?
I don't know. It's definitely golden.
Yeah. Now, let's see if I share my screen. If it'll freeze up. There we go. All right. So now we're on the other side of this one sheet for step 7. So you note your class skill. We're back to David. David, who is an android. You can see here the game is for skills. It's a skill tree system where you start at 1 and can lead to other more expert, complicated skills. A android starts with linguistics, computers, and mathematics. So if you could fill in the circle on those.
Yep.
Which I'm sure you already have.
Oh, yeah.
And you then get 1 expert skill or 2 trained skills. So, for example, with mathematics, you could get physics.
Physics. With computers, I can get hacking. Or linguistics. It looks like linguistics doesn't have an expert skill. Okay.
Right. But you could go straight to... Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that linguistics leads to a master skill.
But yeah, I wouldn't
So
be
we're
able to
looking
do
at
that.
mathematics. Computers could get you to hacking.
Mathematics. I think I'm going to do hacking.
Okay. All right. So that gets you... So that's it, right? You get the 1 expert skill. Well, that was kind of anticlimactic, I guess.
Why is that?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's it. You just do 1 skill, that's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Good for your character.
Yeah, it did feel like the previous one you had like a little more or something. I don't know.
I don't know. It felt like there was like...
Maybe I'm thinking of teams or something. I don't know.
I don't remember. Gail, you are a scientist, right?
Yep.
So a scientist can get 1 master skill and an expert skill and trained skill prerequisite.
Interesting.
So you could just go straight through, I guess.
Yeah, you get like all.
Oh,
three
because
in
you
the-
don't have starting skills.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you get a bonus 1 trained skill, not command or weapon specialization.
Okay.
So you can't form some kind of super scientist that can kick ass.
So let's talk about our mission, because I
Yeah.
am interested in like what my specialty would be, like why I would have been brought on this mission. Yeah. What is this mission again?
So the background for this game, We probably should have brought this up earlier.
What are we doing?
It's not going to matter. The background, just kidding. It does matter. The background of this game is that you all live at a time period where corporations are sending manned flights into neighboring solar systems looking for a second Earth. And it's now become like a corporate race to see which corporation can find a planet that is inhabitable like our own. And you all are on a ship that is heading towards such a planet. At the beginning of the game, you will all have been in cryostasis for a pretty long time, and you'll be awakened to eventually land on this planet, create a small base of operations where you can study the planet and its atmosphere, its soil, it's all that jazz, to see if it could be something that can be terraformed, colonized, all that. So that's your purpose.
Okay. So looking at some of these master skills, and I did look them up while...
Good, because I don't know the definition of...
One of them I couldn't find anywhere. I can only guess what it is, and that's xenoesotericism.
Wait, what? Is that on there?
Yes. Xenoesotericism.
To the folks at Tuesday Night Games, what are you doing? What is that?
I would guess that it's how do you worship the xenomorph from Aliens? No.
Alien
no.
religion.
Yeah, it's some sort of... Yeah, alien religion is what I would
Sure.
guess. And, like, being an expert in that. But since it sounds like... That seems a little more into the future, like knowing that there are alien religions.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that point where there's
yet.
aliens yet.
Sophentology is the study of culture on other planets. But again, seems like jumping the gun. So I think I'm going to try exobiology, which is the study of just life in general on
Good
other
call.
planets.
I like this.
With having a vaccine and a med scanner, I feel like
Oh, okay.
like I'm interested in life forms. And
So this gets you that whole tree,
bacteria
right?
and stuff. Yes. So
Zoology, pathology.
Yeah.
yes, and
Yeah.
exobiology.
So zoology, pathology. What was it again? Exobiology.
Exobiology.
Yes.
You see, what's so great about this game is that it educates. Sort of.
Sort of.
It just gives you words that you then have to look up.
Yes.
But, teach man to fish. And then you get a bonus trained skill.
Yes. And that's what I was trying to figure out. I want to go with... I'm leaning towards theology because I kind of want to be a little crazy. But I'm also leaning towards chemistry because I feel like that would be something I would be actually trained in. I love the idea that I think I'm trained in theology, but I'm really not. Or psychology or something.
So we're basically saying you're struggling between being practical and impractical.
No, not... No, I really think that that's just, it's in my character's mind that they're an expert on things that they're not an expert on. So I am going to go with chemistry. Kind of the piece of like how chemicals react in the body and bodies and
Dig
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
Chemistry.
Yeah. And that's me, guys.
And that is Gail. Reading, you are a Marine, which means you get the military training skill, which I don't even... Am I missing it?
It's towards the bottom.
It's
Oh,
right
there it
there
is.
at the edge of the bottom.
There it is.
Gail, did you go with chemistry for your last train skill?
I
She
did.
did.
Okay. Cool. Because I'm also gonna go with that.
Okay.
Just because I feel like it'd be interesting for my character. It's funny because yesterday it's my second rewatch, but I showed my girlfriend the pilot episode of Breaking Bad, and I love that show so much. And so I don't know. I think with the stim
You're making
pack,
stim packs
Yeah.
in the basement of the ship, aren't you?
exactly.
Oh, God.
And then also to go on top of that, just because like some of the scenes in there, I'm gonna go with 0G for my second train skill because there is I don't know, I feel like my character will find a little bit of escapism and beauty and that feeling of weightlessness, and
Yeah.
feeling like he's not falling because I don't know.
All right. So for you, I have military training, athletics, and then 0G and chemistry.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So, for this game, we're dealing with characters that are kind of special in terms of like they've gained this position. This is a tough, like you're on a ship for like a year. So you're far, far away from home. So they're looking for people who are, the best of the best. They're investing in people who are the most skilled. So I'm going to give you all, in addition to all this, you can choose to get another trained skill, or you can move forward on the tree as far as you want if you're connected. So if you have like an expert skill and you want to get a master skill, you could do that. Or if you want to make a master skill or an expert skill out of one of your trained skills, you can do that. I know. So I'm just making your character slightly more skilled.
Oh man.
Well, my character is going to become a master of artificial intelligence. 'Cause that
Okay.
seems cool. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, so you went computers, hacking, artificial intelligence. And knowing that now, if you wanted to change something, you can. Knowing that I'm giving you all this.
So you mean that I would have been able to get all of that without having to use my expert skill on hacking?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
you would have had to do that, but I'm saying like
Oh,
if Gail wanted to change her chemistry to something else, knowing that she could take it a step further, then she could do that.
I
like that.
understand. Okay.
I didn't look this up. What is rimwise?
Rimwise is kind of like streetwise, but it's
Spacewise?
yeah.
Okay.
I would say that's not going to be applicable
Yeah.
in what we're doing.
Okay. Thank you.
If that's helpful.
Keep going. Okay, stop.
It's a huge choice.
It is.
Now that you all are learning a little bit more about what we're playing, it's like, how can I be useful?
I don't want to be given all the details, but at the same time, it's like I need to know, like, are we going to be on the ship? Are we going to be outside of the ship? It's all different decisions here.
Yeah. It's exciting.
Question for me, for military training, it has like that long like line going all the way up and down. Is my expert skill off of military training? Is it like all of those there in the middle, or is it just tactics, wilderness survival, and firearms?
Man. I would think that I don't know
does it
why
cover
it
all
would
of
be. I don't know why it would cover like pharmacology or mysticisms, but I get why it would cover explosives.
Right.
Oh, you know what it is? It's a very small detail, but if you look how it curves right there, I think that denotes where the line
Right.
gets to go. Otherwise, it's
So
going
it's
straight through.
explosives. Yeah.
So it's just explosives.
And then
Because
botany is what curves down to wilderness survival.
If you look at
on the other
piloting,
line.
if you look at piloting here in the middle, it has 2 lines for the 2 different places it goes. So I think that military training goes it just goes to explosives.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it goes to explosives in like wilderness survival and firearms and tactics.
Would a knife fall under hand-to-hand combat, or is that something else? It
Yeah.
does. Okay.
Oh, I'm so excited.
There is a lot. This is so tough.
I love watching people just like.
Gail, did you pick yours already?
I rolled it.
Oh, you rolled it.
I'm so torn, so I'm gonna roll a dice to help me.
What'd you go with?
We're gonna do field medicine, and
Good call.
I'd love to think that because I'm sort of a medic, that I also feel like I'm, again, like going into that, like I feel like I'm really good about psychology. Like I know all about it when I don't.
How do you get?
That's why I have that panic manual.
Okay. Okay.
I'm wondering if there is another psychologist, or if like they said, oh yeah, and you'll just be a psychologist because you can do that too, right? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And really, I have no idea how to deal with
Right.
insanity. Like, yeah, sure, I got that.
And for me, I think I'm just gonna go for hand-to-hand combat, because since I am starting off with a knife, there's no guarantee that we'll be getting any firearms anytime soon.
Yeah, no guarantees there. Oh gosh, I have been going over and over how this game starts 100 times in my head, and I'm so excited to do it to these characters. All that really leaves us with is you don't have to answer this now. We can do that because after we're done with pretty much the character creation aspect, all the nuts and bolts and technical bits. After this, I send a character questionnaire to all the players, and they fill that out. I post the results of that in our for our patrons at patreon.com/getoutofdepth. There you go. Plug in the old Patreon. Look how professional that is. Put it down there in the scroll. Gail, getting it done. So if you guys have a name. Oh, here's a question for David.
Yeah.
One, if you guys have a name, we can do the name now. Before we end this little special episode 0. But David, something I ask all people who play androids is I ask them, what kind of android are you? And I've had so many different answers, and I've actually seen this on the Mothership Discord. There's been questions from new players who come on and they say, what is the android? Like, what do we do with this? And the answer that I always give is that I let my players decide what it is. So if you want to be a replicant, like Blade Runner style, where you look like a human being, or like Michael Fassbender in the movie Prometheus, You want to be that kind of android? You can be that. If you want to be R2-D2 or the robot from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you can do that. That's fine.
Just be Bender from Futurama, please.
If you want to be Bender from Futurama and just tell people what to do because you are weak and squishy, you can do that, Dave. So my question, I would really love to know this because it helps me plan for what I do with your character.
Sure.
What kind of android did you envision this person, this being?
You're putting me on the spot. The initial
Yes.
image I have in my head is kind of like a robot from I, Robot, the Will Smith classic.
We don't talk about him now.
Yeah, I know. But something kind of like that, but definitely very clearly.
Oh, okay.
Android.
Yeah, the iRobot robots.
Yeah.
They look like, old. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
That is very unsettling too. I feel like that is a really good one that causes fear.
Yeah.
Or
So I might get more specific or deviate from that when I write up specifics, but
Okay.
that's the initial kind of image that kind of popped in my head.
I dig that. One of my favorite descriptions that I got from a player was at the RPG Alliance convention out of Canada. Shout out to those fine folks. Was that he said that he wanted it to be like Data from Star Trek, except really crappy. And I just like that kind of clicked in my head. I knew exactly what he was talking about when he was just like Data but crappy. And he weighed. He started describing like his parts and how he's had to like replace parts with like really heavy parts. He's like, I weigh like 2,000 pounds now. And then we started the adventure, and they're going down these rusty stairs.
Oh man!
And he weighs like a ton. Yeah, and I was just like, I'm sorry, man. You decided this. Like, I didn't mean to do this to you, but yeah, you're gonna break this.
But physics are real.
Yeah.
I love like the idea of like he's just got like 1,000 sticks of RAM that have just weighed him down, kind of a thing.
It's
like,
all RAM.
Yeah. I'm just so slow, guys.
I'm just 80% RAM.
80% RAM.
80% RAM sticks.
And like USB drive, like
It's
little drives
RAM
to add
and
more.
fans
Yes.
to keep him cool.
Yeah.
He's constantly humming.
Negative stealth.
Yeah.
If stealth was here.
You can't take that dude anywhere.
Yeah, I can't take it.
Turn off the fans, but I'll overheat.
No. That is kind of what happened to his character because he decided he had like a cracked nuclear reactor inside of him.
Oh my gosh.
Or he had a nuclear reactor, and as soon as he fell and plummeted, he didn't die, but I like just made it so that his nuclear reactor cracked a little bit. So he was kind of dangerous to be around. It was a fun time. It was one of my favorite runnings of the game. Any names anybody's feeling? Again, if everybody's just like, that's too much, I can't do it right now, it's okay.
For a name,
Yeah.
I think I got one here.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be a love letter to an older character that I played like a couple years back. His name's gonna be Alberto, but he goes by Al.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it. Alberto. That is fun. Gail, anything for your zoology, pathology, exobiology, chemistry scientist? Dr.
What keeps coming to mind is Dr. Penderschloss from the Addams Family.
You know, let's put that back in the oven.
I know.
And
I'm like, I don't like. I'm like, that's all I. Every time I'm like, Dr. Penderschloss, and I'm like,
that's okay.
yeah, I might have to come back to it.
All right.
Do you want like
And,
any other additional details as well that you've been kind of?
I can't think of anything else. Not right now. Is there anything else you want to give?
I would love the idea of like my character, just for flavor. He has like a robotic hand.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Totally have a cybernetic hand. Yeah.
I love that cybernetics is on here, and I can just totally picture your person like, "Hey, can you help me with my hand?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. You have to go see the cybernetics expert."
Yeah. And if that inspires you all to tweak with your characters in any ways, like just let me know through the character questionnaire. But yeah, you can. Yeah, I always say this, like, I give a lot of freedom to the players to kind of just make stuff because I'm like, it's so easy to die in games. I want you to just at least make somebody cool. Like, it's not fun to play like a crummy character and die fast, right? You want somebody who's going to go out in a blaze of glory. Someone will be memorable. David, are you punting on the name for tonight?
I think I'm gonna go with Egon the Third.
Egon
the Third.
Egon.
A lot of
3.
people just call me Egon 3, but it's technically Egon the Third. Yeah.
They just call you that so often that you stop correcting them.
Well, because robots are usually numbered, not generations. Exactly.
Comedy.
There's
Everyone.
people. I mean, these are people that you've been on the ship with for years,
Yeah,
and they just keep calling you Egon 3.
3.
Cool.
I've got mine. I want to go with Dr. Locke.
Doctor.
Locke.
All right, Locke, like Locke from one of the greatest shows of all time, Lost.
Yes.
All right, so we have Dr. Locke, we have Alberto, we have Egon 3, Egon third to the ones who really know, the ones who listen, and
It's going to be a running joke.
yeah, maybe, I don't know.
We're gonna have to each of us decide which person are we.
Yeah.
What do we call him?
Oh yeah. Alberto has to decide: is he an Egon 3 or an Egon 3rd?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
He just goes back and forth. He just forgets.
He's that one. He's just like, when he's mad, it's Egon 3. Okay, cool. So there it is. There's not really a whole bunch else to do. We're recording this in April, and in a month from now, we're going to start recording episode 1. And you're all going to get to hear what happens to these characters. And it's going to be awful. It's going to be
bloodbath.
Yes.
Based on what we have rolled here today, do not get attached.
No. We have a scientist.
We do have. Oh, I'm sorry. We have one stim pack and a scientist who has.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are gonna be fine.
Yeah.
We
be fine.
did roll really well. I mean, if
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
if any of
not
us were to
bad.
survive,
Not bad. From what I understand, this game, the first edition is the characters are a little bit better than the 0 edition by about 8 points on average per stat. Because the old way was 6d10. I don't know if that checks out, but I'll take their word for it. They play tested it. They know what they're doing. So we'll
8
see.
points. A little more hope.
A little bit more. However, the downside is the stats for health are worse. So you're even more killable. But yeah, that is it for session 0. I am so looking forward to running this game. I'm so excited to hear more about these 3 already starting to be amazing characters. And I'm really excited to bring this game analysis complete to everybody out there listening. Thank you all. And on behalf of Gail, Reedon, and David, safe travels.